Hi and welcome back if you've already watched the P30 unboxing video. In this video I'm just going to quickly go through some of the Spigen cases that I have received. I'll do this as quickly as I can because you're basically just going to want to see these and see how well they fit on the case. So the first one we're going to be looking at is the MANON Classy, which is a rubbery plastic, so it's flexible, gold and black. That is the packaging for this one. This is the case. On the inside it's got a nice bit of texture along with the Spigen logo. Around on the back it has a gold logo with a little bit of plastic covering on there, so it's got the gold logo there, and then it's got lined, textured straight lines going up and down on the back. Like I say, this is flexible, so it bends quite well. All the sides are smooth. It's got all the relevant cutouts on there for you. So you've got the volume rocker, the power, the cutouts on the bottom, nothing on that side because there's no buttons on that side, and then the two hole cutouts on the top. So we will, obviously it's got the cutout there for the camera and the sensor as well. So we'll stick that one in now. So that goes in easy enough. The sides are all, let's just open it up. The sides are not covered, so you can see 100% of the screen. You can see it's just overlapping slightly on the top corners and then across the bottom. So this should be okay to use with all their screen protectors. I think they've got a glass screen protector and some TPU plastic type ones as well. So there's a camera cut out on the back. The case sits above the camera, so the camera is protected in there fairly well when you're going to be placing it down on a flat surface. This should give pretty good drop protection, especially for the sides and the back. The only thing left to the element is the screen. You could still do with a screen protector on there if you're worried about that, but the way the case is designed, hopefully you can see that it's got a lip on the top and bottom, so when you put it on a flat surface this screen's not actually touching the tabletop. We'll now look at the next one, which is the Neo Hybrid. If anybody is familiar with the other range of phone cases that Spigen do, this will look a bit familiar to you. So this is like a gunmetal grey hard plastic, which is, I think it can come off, but anyway, it's attached onto, again, the same type of material as the last one, a soft rubber, so it's very flexible. It's got the little design on the inside, same as what my Note 8 version had. On the side with the buttons, it's got the buttons cut out in rubber, and then it's got Neo Hybrid written on the side. On the top, the hole cutouts. On the other side, nothing. On the bottom, it's got the hole punch outs, and around on the back it's got the Spigen logo, and it's also got the camera cut out. So we'll pop this one in and see how this feels. That's a little bit more force we needed to put that one in, but it goes in easy enough. Again, we'll start where we finished with the last one. It's got the lips on the top and the bottom, so same again, to protect the screen when it's face down. It's got ample protection around the sides, but the screen is 100% visible. The buttons stick out on the side. I forgot to check the last case, but let me just check how responsive they are. Yeah, the buttons, you can still feel the click in the buttons. Not much force is needed to use them, but it's enough that you shouldn't accidentally activate the buttons by catching it on something. It does need a little bit of force. It's got good protection, I'd say, slightly better than the first one we looked at, around on the sides because of the hard plastic and the rubber. There's the back of it with the camera cut out. So we'll now look at the last of the non-clear cases that I have here, which is the rugged armour. This one, again, like with the last two, it's soft rubber, but it doesn't have the hard plastic like the Neo Hybrid had. On the inside it's got the same sort of design, and around on the sides it's pretty much the same, but the bottom on this one has some extra design work on it, and also the corners, if you can see that hopefully, the corners have like a little bit of texture on them, all four of them. Again, on the top it's got the cutouts, and it's also got this little line design going around it as well. Around on the side you've got the volume buttons, power button. This one goes on really easy onto the phone. Again, 100% of the phone screen is visible. There is slightly more of a gap at the top than the bottom, so that might be to aid with screen guards, but there is slightly more of a gap at the top. It goes on fairly easily. That's how it looks from the back, and from the bottom with the cutouts. So with this case, the one thing to note is that the buttons are a little bit more easier to press, but again you can still feel the clickiness on them. They're a little bit more softer than the Neo Hybrid that we just looked at. So yeah, but again, that is the rugged armour, which I must say the overall feel of that case is the best one so far. Now the next one is the Ultra Hybrid, which is like a flexible, rubbery, clear case, so you can still show off the colour of the phone. So that's how it looks from the back. Like I said, this is a rubbery one, so it's not hard, but it's also stronger. It's not too floppy, you know, like some of the cheap ones that you can get where the sides start going baggy and come away from the phone. It's a bit stiffer than that, so it's strong enough to hold its shape and not start looking tatty after a couple of weeks. So that's the look from the front. Again, same as with the last three, you've got 100% coverage for the sides of the phone, but you can see all of the screen. No cutouts on this side of the phone, but you can see the Spigen logo down there at the bottom. You can see it's got the air cushions in the case on the corners. There's the cutouts. Around on this side there's the volume buttons, and that's how it looks from the bottom. We'll check out these buttons now. These buttons feel very similar to the last phone, so they're quite spongy but responsive. A good feel in the hand. In fact, I'd say they probably amplify, I'd say all of these cases amplify the button feel. You definitely know you're pressing the right button. You can feel it a lot better with these cases on. But anyway, so yeah, that's the Ultra Hybrid. And the last one we're going to look at, which is probably the one I'm going to leave on today, is the Liquid Crystal. So that's that one. I'm presuming it's going to go on pretty easy. They're all more or less exactly the same for the coverage on the front, so it's covering all the sides perfectly, all the screens still visible. On this side of the phone, obviously there's nothing there again because there's no buttons. You can see it's got the air cushions on the corners, which helps with impact. Cutouts on the top, cutouts on the bottom, apart from obviously none of them have got cutouts for the SIM card, memory card tray. Obviously you need to take the case off to get access to that. So that's how, this is probably the best one if you want to show off your case, because this is a harder clear plastic on the back, so it keeps more of the original clarity, so you can see the phone inside a lot more clearer with this. This is the perfect one to show off your phone if you're bothered about that. So the buttons are very responsive still. I'd say the buttons don't feel as sticky outy as the last four cases that we've tried, but they've got a texture on them, so you can definitely tell that the buttons are there. Like I say, this is probably the case I'm going to leave on today because I'm going to show it off. But yeah, so that's the 5 cases. If I get any more, which I prefer, then I will probably do another video on them or put some pictures up on my Facebook page. But yeah, this is the 5 for now. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope that you, like me, get yourself a decent case for your phone and make sure you protect it. And I will see you in the next video.